welcome to the Never Yield podcast. Today is Friday, April 17th, and I just want to start today's podcast with an apology to our loyal Never Yield fans. We did film a podcast last Monday night. The podcast hosting and editing site that we use, it was all whacked up and messed up, and it would not upload right. So obviously I put a message out on our Facebook. I was in contact with their tech team all day Tuesday and Wednesday, and they still don't have any answers. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Because we had a really, really good show, I feel like, obviously with the Masters recap and all that stuff, and bunch of fun stuff, but it is officially lost in the ether somewhere, and will not upload to our podcast streaming site. So with that being said, hopefully that doesn't happen again. And Andrew, how are the vibes?
Good week, busy week. So kind of getting back into the swing of things with work, and so halfway excited for that. But yeah, so jumping back into it. It's been a good week. So
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I'm in the middle of one word would be adult Legos. That would be the new swing set that I purchased from
yep.
Sam's, the three-story high um, swing set, dad of the year here. But
Uh-huh.
I'm too cheap to get them to build it. They can do it for like $1,000, and they could probably do it in like one day. But
Uh-huh.
like 2,000 screws and bolts later, and God, there's got to be 500 pieces of this thing. No, more than that. Anyways, it's an ordeal. Now it's fun. I like building it. It's 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 a challenge, but we're getting there. We're over halfway done. So hopefully this weekend I can get it finished up. And but yeah, we just call it
Sometime,
adult Legos. That's what I call them.
sometime between now and Christmas, kids be on it.
Yeah, right. Sometime between now. Hey, we'll say the 4th of July. How's that?
Okay, all right.
Uh,
That's a good date to set.
but yeah, it's been fun building that, and got a crawfish boil. I eat crawfish once a year,
Uh-huh.
and I really like crawfish, but
Uh-huh.
I got a buddy. We do it once a year, every spring. We watch a Razorback baseball game at his house, and so I'm excited to go do that on Saturday. And
Okay.
I remember a few years ago, I went to the PGA Championship at Southern Hills. I bought a $70 Southern Hills shirt
Uh-huh.
and went to a crawfish boil like the next weekend in my Southern Hills shirt, and I just got crawfish juice and crap all over it. And I was,
Oh, that's on you.
yeah, I know, but like, I'm
You
a
don't
crawfish rookie.
you don't go to a
Like,
crawfish boil in anything more than a plain white tea or a wife beater, pretty
yeah,
much. I mean,
I learned my lesson.
yeah,
Uh, but yeah, that's the story. They still make fun of me for doing that. But yeah, no, I love crawfish. I don't mind the hassle. Once you get good at, and no,
yeah.
I don't suck the head. I don't know if you're a crawfish guy. That's a thing though. They
You
suck
don't
the
suck,
juice.
dude. Then you're not a crawfish guy.
I guess not. I've never even tried it. Honestly, I can't say I don't do it because I've never even tried it. But I
Gotcha.
mean, yeah, I may dive in on this weekend
Yeah,
head first into that.
yeah.
So
I no, I love crawfish. I'm all for it if somebody else wants to do it.
yeah.
I will come and gladly eat crawfish. I'll suck the head, but of the we're talking crawfish. Nobody needs to edit
Yeah, that's
the tape
right.
there. Dang it. We'll edit that out. Anyway, no. Crawfish is good.
I already said it too. It's
Crawfish
on
is a
here.
good deal. Yeah, we. I if I'm cooking it, I've only done like one myself. I'll do shrimp just because it's less.
Yeah,
It's a lot.
we do
It's a
shrimp
lot less
also.
work.
Yeah.
But I do love the taste of crawfish, and I love to do it if somebody else wants to do it for me. But yeah, crawfish boil is great.
It's one of those
Great
things that,
Southern
like, if
tradition.
you've done it a lot and you have the proper equipment and you know what you're doing, it's like a piece of cake. Like
Hmm.
for the guy that does it for us, shout out Coach Tucker, loyal listener of the Never Yield podcast. But yeah, like it's nothing for him. He just it's like riding a bike. So,
Yeah.
uh, but but yeah, so I'm excited for that. Got some good weekend plans. Got some travel baseball coming up this weekend also. So yeah, we'll roll it out and see what happens.
Yes.
So we're not just gonna completely redo our last episode. Um, obviously Rory went back to back with the Masters. Good for him. Etched himself in a probably a higher tier level of greatness than he was before, obviously. But one thing I do want to re-talk about is Malik Thomas has declared for the NBA draft with the all important sentence underneath it of re- keeping his eligibility intact. So, in today's world, who even know what that means with Bediako and all these guys? But sounds like he's going to try to do it the right way at least. Um, no surprise there, right? That's kind of what we all expected. It's just
Yeah.
now that he's actually said it, you're like, you want what's best for him. You want him to get drafted high, but you're kind of like, if you do fall in the draft, I won't be mad. Come on back.
Yeah. I mean,
You
yeah.
hate to see him fall in the draft, but at the same time,
Well, yeah,
selfishly,
I'd like to see him get a solid mid second round grade. So he's just like, I'll just
right,
come back to school.
right, yeah.
But no, yeah, you want what's best for him, and if he can sneak into the first round, then he should probably do that. But obviously, would love to have him back, and yeah, we'll see.
I think his specifically his upside is lottery.
Hmm.
So
No, yeah, for sure.
I do think if he does decide to come back, like it's not necessarily just because he fell in the draft or whatever. Like he's legitimately betting on himself for next year
Hmm.
to really, really get paid, you know?
Yeah. Well, what he's
And
making, sure. I mean, obviously, we don't know the numbers, but I mean, if you're anything outside the first round, probably making more at
yeah,
Arkansas
yeah.
than you
And
are.
I'm sure that's already negotiated. I'm sure Cal, they've already got that. Okay, here's what we'll pay you if you don't go to the draft. Here's your number, and I'm sure that's already in writing. So
Yeah.
it just it puts the Hogs in a bind because I don't know how many players out there are in that same situation. But we'll get to the portal pickups here in a minute. But I mean, you just don't really know how to approach the guard spot in the portal because you don't know if you're going to have him or you're not, you know. And
Yeah.
so it really puts the Hogs in a sticky situation. Um, if you see me keep looking over here, I'm got the Razorback game on. We're in the ninth inning, and looks like a little controversy here. Yeah, that wasn't a walk, dude. I don't know what's going on. He's not happy though. Hogs are up 6-3 on the number 5 ranked Georgia Bulldogs here in the night. I'm not sure what's going on here, some controversy, but we'll also get to the Diamond Hogs here in a little bit. All right, we finally got portal pops for John Calipari, not Calipari, people, Calipari, and uh, and the Hogs. First one we got, I believe, was on Tuesday. Cooper Bowser, 6'11", 215 junior out of Furman. Um,
I'm like, what a name too, with the Mario movie out.
yeah, right. Like,
Cooper
yeah,
Bowser.
that's got potential to be some great memes and some
I
great graphics.
absolutely. I was like, that can't be an accident, right? Like
I don't
Bowser
know.
is king of the Koopas.
I know that's yeah. The the
If that's a
possibilities there.
coincidence, if that's a coincidence, I I just took Hadley to see the new Mario movie last night actually, and yeah, so they're talking about Bowser, King of the Koopas, and I was just thinking about Cooper Bowser that we just
Yep,
got. So
yep. It's kind of funny because there's been some controversy around him. Um, I think it's pretty evident that they're not bringing him in to be our starting five. Okay. They're bringing him in, people, for depth. Now, if we whiff in the portal here, then he could be our starting five, and that's not ideal. But the kid averaged 14 a game, 6 rebounds. Like we said, he's 6'11. He led the country in dunks per game. Now, he missed about 10 games with injury, so he didn't lead the country in dunks. But he led it in dunks per game, so he's a high flyer. Um, he's, from what I understand, I've only watched his little highlight tape on Twitter, but from what I understand is he's like Trevin. He just doesn't shoot the three. I mean, he's
Yeah.
athletic. He's a dunker. I think he's a little better back to the basket player than Trevin. Um, so you need depth in the front line. He's not the centerpiece. Hopefully, he's not planning to be the centerpiece. They're still planning to go get a big name, and now the big names are running out. We'll talk about that in a minute, but you know, I think he could play the four some, he could play the five some. Play 15 minutes a game, give us some depth in there, so you don't have Malik Ewan running up the court half speed because he's tired all the time.
Hmm.
Like we saw a bunch this year. He had several games with over 20 points, double digit rebounds. So yeah, I mean, as long as he is the depth piece, the come off the bench big, then I think it's a good solid. Probably didn't cost you very much pickup.
Hmm.
But there's like I said, Twitter was on fire over this kid. Like you just have to understand what he's coming in to be. He's not coming in to be your starting five. And now we could eat, like I said, we could eat our words. If he is, then we whipped in some other spots, and that's not great. But you know, first one. So, and then later in the week, I believe on Wednesday, um, Jeremiah Wilkerson from Georgia, 6'1", plays on the ball and off the ball, so can play the one or the two. He is a bucket. He is a scoring machine. Averaged 17 and a half a game. Now, that is about all he does. He averaged 2 rebounds and 2 assists, so that's something that he needs to improve at. But he's a high scoring, high volume guy, lefty. He had 30 points in the first round of the NCAA tournament against St. Louis. Um, he had, I'm just going through his box score, his biggest games here. He had 32 against Ole Miss. He had 31 against Auburn. Um, I mean, he's 28 against Vandy. I mean, he's a high scoring dude, and I think he's the one. We don't know, but I think he's the one that if Malik does go pro, he can slide into the two from day one. SEC experience, almost a 20 a night guy in the SEC at the highest level. But if Leak does come back, I think he probably comes off the bench in that DJ Wagner role. Except obviously he's an upgrade from DJ, obviously offensively. But I still think Jordan Smith and and Billy, I think are your 1, 2, and your 3, no matter who you bring in. I think those
Yeah.
3 guys are starting. And
Hmm.
then I think Jeremiah Wilkinson would probably come off the bench if Leak came back. But that is a nice safety valve to have if he does leave. That he could start at the 2 day one,
Hmm.
and he may not be Malik Thomas good, but he's not that far off.
Yeah.
So thoughts on your first 2 portal pickups? Now we got some action on the hill.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I mean, I definitely want to see some more bigs
Yes, yeah.
come through, but if if this team this past year would have had the luxury of bringing Trevin off the bench and not relying on him to be what we needed him to be and more, then I think that would have put our team in a lot better spot to have a guy, a big that could come in and give us one or two threes a game, give us some solid I say solid, some adequate defensive minutes. And um, yeah, that would be a luxury going forward if we could have a Brazil type. Uh, I mean, I know this guy doesn't hit threes, but um, yeah, if he could come in and just be energy, basically like a lot of times you want your bench to give you like a spark or just stay constant if your starters are playing well. So, and if they're not playing well, then you definitely need the spark coming off the bench. So, yeah, if he can do that, that's great. I hope uh, Jeremiah is a character guy because if he's not in the starting rotation, I don't, you know, because he was a Cal before Georgia, so I'm
Yeah.
assuming he's probably a 4 or 5 year guy.
I think he was sixth man of the year at Cal. Like,
Yeah.
so like even though he came off the bench, like he was, or maybe
Hmm.
something like that. But
Yeah. So he's
he I
probably
mean he was a high volume guy at Cal too. Like
yeah,
good player.
yeah. So hopefully he'll be okay in whatever role Cal needs him to be. And then yeah, so we'll see going forward. I know we'll probably get into some of the who's still out there, but Cincinnati just had a really
Yep.
good big into the portal today, so that would
Yep.
be that would be a good one to try to go get. But I mean, who knows who? It always feels like with Arkansas, no matter what sport, even though basketball is our most prominent and baseball too, like to be able to go get or you would think should be able to go get who you want out of the portal. It always seems like the guys that are no brainers, they don't either try hard enough to go get or even try at all. So it's uh it's never as it seems or what we think as fans it should be. So
Yeah. So obviously the elephant in the room is, well, what are they doing about the front line? Why are we getting all these these guards and not, well, yeah, all right, we got to get the bigs. Everybody knows that. I'm getting nervous about it. I'll probably 75% of them who I think would be what we need are off the board. So it's getting crunch time. And this is what concerned me because Cal doesn't like to get in bidding wars. And well, here's the deal: as the options get thinner, you have to overpay even more than you would before because other people are going to overpay because the options are thinner.
uh-huh.
And I don't know the plan. The plan may be, hey, we're just going to start Malik Ewan, and but we still don't have a four.
Uh-huh.
We got to get a four, and so we need one more four. We need one more five, preferably a stud five that Malik Ewan can. The stud can play 25 minutes a game. Malik Ewan can play 15 or whatever, and then we got to get a starting four. Um, there was a lot of smoke around one of the best power forwards in the country, um, coming on a visit today, and he was at Kansas first, and then he was going to leave Kansas and come to Arkansas. Well, guess what? The visit is canceled because Bill Self did a great job and didn't let him get off campus. That's Malik Dawes from Utah.
Uh-huh.
Stud, all Big 12. I mean, instant, instant starter. Um, and so that's frustrating because he was coming to visit us after Kansas, but he's not going to make it here. So you got to go to plan. What plan are we on now? Plan H. Um, so yeah, I don't know. I don't know the answer at the four. At the five, there's there's probably three or four guys left that maybe fit what we're looking for. The two that I'm most interested in is obviously Mustafa Thiem. I know you don't pronounce it Thiem, but I think it's Diem. I don't know how you're supposed to say it. But he's from Cincinnati. 7'2", 250. I remember seeing him in the exhibition game. He is a huge human being. Averaged 13 points, 8 rebounds. He is a big, big guy. He just left a visit in St. John's in New York. He did not commit while he was there, so maybe there's some hope that we can get him to campus. And then the second one is Masamba Diop. So we're looking at two themes from Senegal. They're both from Senegal. Um Masamba Diop is from Arizona State. I know Cal recruited him. Um Tried to recruit him to Kentucky and to Arkansas, I believe. But he was a freshman at Arizona State this year. Once again, Big 12. He averaged 14 a game and 6 as a true freshman. He is 7'1", 230. Either one of them. 7'2", 250, 7'1", 230. I don't care. I would be ecstatic. Emergency podcast ecstatic if you get one of those two guys. According to the Field of 68, Masamba Diop's the number 10 player in the portal, and Mustafa Thiem is the number 12. So they are two of the elite players in the portal. Just for reference, Cooper Bowser was not in the top 100 on the Field of 68, and Jeremiah Wilkinson is number 40. And Jeremiah Wilkinson, I mean, Kentucky was out there. He had some suitors after him, so he's number 40. For reference, Carter Knox they have at 48, and DJ Wagner they have at 65. So we're talking about the number 10 and 12 players in the portal. I don't know if the Hogs are in contact, how serious they are with either of them. Hopefully, they're in serious contact with both of them. I've heard they are. I've heard they are, but you know, Cal gets these guys in on secret visits, and unless you happen to be at Ruth Chris when they're there, nobody knows they're here. So, um, anyways, I'm just hoping that we can reel in one of those two guys. If it's not one of those two, I don't unless there's somebody we don't know about, like they're working behind the scenes, somebody's not entered the portal. I know that sounds terrible, but that happens all the time. Somebody who's not in the portal at all yet, but they're working through their agent, and trying to, it happens. So say what you want. Unless that's happening, if it's not one of these two guys, then I don't know. I'm not feeling great.
Mhm.
So, are you in panic mode about the bigs yet, or are you still in Cal we trust?
I'm a pretty trusting person until you prove otherwise. So I'll I'll keep riding the train until it fails, and then I'll complain about it a lot if we don't get somebody or get several. Um, so yeah, we'll see, but I'll hope for the best until it happens or doesn't happen. So
Yeah. And then, like you said, Baba Miller from Cincinnati entered the portal today. 6'11". He's a true power forward. Um, Lord, just go get both them Cincinnati dudes.
yeah,
I don't know how they weren't any better with Theo and Baba Miller, but he's 6'11", averaged 13 and 10. He's like one of like 8 guys in the country who average a double double, and so yeah, that'd be a huge get at the 4 if they were able to reel him in. Um, anyways, that's the latest portal news. Um, I'm gonna give Cal the benefit of the doubt until he gives me a reason not to. Um, Whether they hit or not, like we talked about, like Nelly and Jonas Adu were 2 of the top 5 players in the portal 2 years ago. He got them both here. Adu was hurt most of the year. Nelly just didn't have a good year, and he was hurt his wrist. But at the end of the year, both them dudes showed what they were.
yeah,
That's why we made a run. This past year, obviously there was some kind of misevaluation with Pringle there, and I think Ewan obviously came into his own. He had several double doubles. Um, So I think Ewan was fine, but wasn't a wasn't a great portal haul. So hopefully we learned our lesson and can get some good news. The portal closes on Tuesday, I think. Not for commitments, but to enter.
Yeah.
So if you're not entered by Tuesday, you're done. You're staking where you're at. So we'll know who all is available. I believe it's Tuesday. Um,
As 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 your point guard from High Point, is he committed somewhere yet?
I'm not. I don't think he's committed anywhere yet. I haven't.
Okay.
I haven't seen old Rob. If he's committed, I'll be very curious to see what that looks like. I don't think there's any question he can play at the highest level. He showed it against Wisconsin and against Arkansas.
Yeah.
So, um, unfortunately, as good as he is, Cal's going to take the 5-star NBA lottery pick type kid over the which that's what we do now. that's what we do at Arkansas over the really good college player that'll never sniff the NBA. So,
Mhm.
um, but yeah, I'll be very very intrigued. I can tell you right now, Texas has had a great portal, a great portal.
Yeah. Louisville.
Um, Louisville has had. I don't see how they're not the number one team in the country preseason next year.
Yeah.
I'll just be shocked. And Missouri got Bryson Tiller from Kansas, 2 5-stars coming in. Old Dennis Gates at Missouri's making some noise. So
Mhm.
I'll be it'll be interesting to see kind of how it all plays out. But a lot of these way too early top tens have the Hogs in them for next year, with or without Malik Thomas. Like people have us ranked in the top 10, and so there's they're obviously assuming Cal's going to bring in a really good big and enough to rank us in the top 10. So I think
Yeah.
if Leak comes back and you go get an Elite Five, I think you can maybe be a preseason top 6 or 7 team next year in the country. So
Yeah. I mean, yeah, because of who our coach is, we're one of those probably undeserving preseason ranked teams that I mean, like before Sark got to Texas in football, they were always in the top 25 and
yeah,
like so undeserving of it. A&M, uh, who's some other school like some of these other schools are in the top 25 year in year out, even after having a garbage year the year before.
I could tell you who it was recently. Arkansas baseball was preseason number 4, and Dave said, and I think in his Swatters Club that last week, he's like, I saw that come out, and he's like, I see this every day. I was like, he said, I knew we weren't top 15 in the country, like, but it's just kind of who your program is and,
Yeah.
who your coach is. You get the benefit of the doubt and that stuff.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know. We've been playing like the number 4 team. We did just sweep the number 8 team on the road and just took the first game against number 5 Georgia. So
Yeah. Let's go.
Dave's starting to figure it out. I
Put it back up, baby. We're back. We're
That's
back.
right. That's right. Put the Hogs back up. We're back. I was really excited to watch the game tonight, and I haven't been really excited to watch a game yet this year. I've watched several, but it hasn't been like appointment TV for me. This was
Right. Yeah.
this was appointment TV for me tonight. So
Uh-huh.
yeah. So hopefully maybe they can get one more and take a series against win 5 out of 6 against top 10 teams.
That'd be incredible.
Um, yeah. So we're already there. Hogs just beat Georgia 6-3, I think was the final. So I was trying
Yep.
to peek over there.
Yep.
Um, Georgia leads the country in home runs. Uh, Wes Johnson obviously used to be the pitching coach at Arkansas, left to go be the pitching coach for the Twins, then went to be the pitching coach for LSU, and now he's the head coach at Georgia, doing a phenomenal job. Really good coach. Um, but The key is when you get a team like Georgia, especially on the road, because at their little home ballpark, it's a cracker. But I mean, it's just they got the fences moved in and they just crank bombs. It's just stupid how short the fences are. But anytime you play a team like that, the key is like they're going to hit their home runs, like they did tonight. They hit two, but they were both solo shots. And as a pitcher, you and Hunter Dietz was unbelievable tonight. Unbelievable. He's his second Friday nights. Well, it's not Friday, but you call him Friday night starter.
Yeah, yeah,
His
yeah,
second Friday night start of the year or back to back, and just two excellent starts. So it looks like he's really comfortable in that role. Um, it seems like since Ruiz came back, they've kind of shored up what their defense looks like, and their lineup's starting to shore up, and um, yeah, they're starting to come together. And I'm not I'm not gonna sit here and say Dave's figured it out yet, but he's definitely showing signs of getting some things figured out, pitching and hitting, and uh, you know, he's one of the best in the business for a reason. So that's why you don't give up on Dave when they lose to Missouri State and UT Arlington. You trust it. You say, hey, he'll figure it out. He's got a track record of doing that. So
yeah,
so yeah, Hog baseball looking good. It's time to get out to a game, Andrew. Weather's getting nice.
yeah.
It's time to get out the bomb.
I'm ready to say when.
Yeah, right. Uh, so already won the first one against number 5 Georgia. Dietz looked great. Gackel came in out of the pen, looked good for 5 or 6 outs. Got in a little bit of trouble. Then they brought Ethan McIlvain in to finish it off. He's been our hard throwing lefty that's been finishing it off. Those at about 100. So um, basketball's over. The Masters is over. It's time to lock in on Diamond Hogs baseball. So um, it's not quite as fun of a team as last year's team. That's going to be hard to beat, but still got really likable players. Cam Kozel, obviously, Ryder Helfrich,
Yep.
but a bunch of the same guys out there that everybody knows and loves. Um, anyways, all right, hot seat, kind of hot seat. Have you seen what the U of A released about getting into the spring football game?
Uh, yeah, they sent me an email about uh VIP tickets or something for the spring game. If you're I guess they sent it out to donation members first, and then to I don't know how it worked, but we got an email saying so we reserved some. I don't know what it means, but I heard him talking about it on the radio today. But yeah, and I saw something about I think I saw a Ryan Silverfield uh like video saying like chance for our, which by the way, let's just say dude's not great at reading like the teleprompter video stuff. Uh,
Dude, nothing about him talking publicly is great.
yeah,
He
it's
just talks really fast, and I don't know, he's just not very smooth.
when his sentences fall off, like his volume falls off. So it's like we're here, ready for another reservation to
I
go
haven't
out
noticed that.
and show that everybody's on. And so like I don't know. I'm not knocking the guy until he
No,
like
not at all, not at all, not at all. We've been down this road.
yeah,
We're all behind him.
yeah,
Um, some of the clips I've seen that they've been posting. Obviously, they're only posting the good clips, but there's been
yeah,
some plays made out there, and so. But yeah, like
yeah,
you said, not a great public speaker.
yeah. We can work on that. But yeah, so I don't. But in his video, he was like, chance to sit in the north ends. I was like, dude, nobody wants to sit in the north ends during
Right.
in the daylight.
Yeah.
Um, so I was like, I'll sit in my normal seats in the south end zone, please. But yeah, we'll see it anyway. Continue on because I don't know everything. I just know that we got an email about like VIP tickets to the spring game, which I'm like, why are we even doing tickets to a game that's probably only going to have about 10,000 people maybe show up?
Yeah, so we're coming off a 2-10 season. We hire a football coach that nobody was excited about at the time. And we have a game that nobody ever goes to really because it's like watching paint dry more times than not. Even on good years, it's people are like, "Oh, I can't wait to go watch the spring game. It's gonna be so exciting." And if they do think that, they think that for about the first two drives or two series, the first two series, and they're like, "All right, it's time to go." Um, but apparently, this is according to John Neighbors. If you're a Razorback Foundation member, you get in free. So VIP for you, as you said. Um, you hotty toddy Razorback Foundation members. Um, I used to be one. So um, if you are not a Razorback Foundation member, you have to sign up for Razorback Foundation updates, and then you get in free. Okay, that's fair, I guess. Get your phone blown up with a bunch of updates and them asking for money. And you can go watch paint dry for free. Um, and then the third option is if you are not a Razorback Foundation member and you refuse to sign up for the foundation updates, you have to buy a $10 ticket to get into the game. You couldn't you couldn't pay me $10 to go to the game, much less me give you $10 to go to the game. What
Uh,
are we doing? We were 2-10 last year, and you're charging to go in the spring game? Have they lost their effort freaking mind? How out of touch can you possibly be? I don't know what season ticket sales are, but I guarantee you they're the worst they've been in a long time.
yeah,
How out of touch do you have to be to try to charge for you to go to the spring game?
I had not heard that. So that's yeah, that's that's another out of touch thing under your checks home there. So who
And I
knows?
haven't seen anybody talk about this. I don't know when this came out. Um, but I guarantee you, if you get on everybody's favorite morning show tomorrow, they're going to be pumping this like it's the best deal of all time. Oh, they're going to be making it sound like they're giving out $1 million cash prizes, free cars if you come to the game. I can't wait to see how they try to spin this BS.
Are they doing the raffle for this? Is there
Oh,
a
I'm
Razorback
sure.
raffle for the spring game?
I'm sure. I just,
Might get up to $36.
I'm just shocked.
Yeah, that's wild.
Shocked.
They are apparently bringing back the autograph session though. You know, we used to go do that
Oh yeah, we did.
back in the day
We did.
when they would set up, under Houston Up, they would always set up the tents out there across from the Broyles Center, and it was a cool opportunity to
It was
meet all the
awesome.
players and do all that. Apparently, they're bringing that back with the caveat that you cannot bring your own item, but they'll give you a poster that you can get signed by the team. You cannot bring any of your own stuff. So, which that was the most fun thing for us. Like we had a buddy
We had the
brought a
flags.
yeah. I still got my flag
I got
somewhere.
I got I got flags right over here. I could pull them out right now.
Yeah,
Got 70 autographs on it.
yeah. Uh, when we moved, I pulled mine out and looked at it. But yeah, there's like the whole DMAC team. DMAC, Felix Jones, Peyton
Mm-hmm.
Hillis, Jamal Anderson, like all those guys were on that flag. That was really cool. And then uh, we had a buddy that went with us one time. He got a trash can signed, and they're like, "It's the first time we've ever seen the Razorback trash can get signed." But um,
The one that was stolen from a parking lot.
No, it wasn't that one.
Okay.
But we did steal those. I
Yeah.
mean, allegedly somebody
Yeah.
took
Yeah.
those.
We borrowed. We
Um,
borrowed. We borrowed the trash can.
yes, yeah, absolutely. But
Yeah, dude. Matt
uh,
Jones at those things, dude. He was like Elvis Presley.
oh, line
The
was
amount
so
of people, the line was so long,
yeah,
and when he would get up to leave, like if you wanted Matt Jones's autograph, you weren't getting anybody else the whole day.
right, yeah,
Like if they were there for 3 hours and you got Matt Jones's line, that was the only one you were getting.
yep,
And what I always did was like I would try to catch him when he was getting up to leave to go to wherever they escorted him, his vehicle or whatever, however they got him out of there.
uh-huh.
And dude, I would just budge through people, and I'm taller than almost everybody, and I would just take whatever I had and I would just put it in his face where he had to sign it. He had to sign it. I did it every year, and all these people were so mad. They're like Matt, and they're holding it up, and I would just put it like face plant it with my ball or with the flag or whatever I was getting signed. I just put it right up against his nose where he had to sign
Yeah,
it. It worked every time.
yeah,
So,
yep,
but yeah, try. And I'm not the only person who thinks this, but try to get me to spend $10. I won't even spend $10 to go watch a real game with this crap they got out there, much less a freaking spring game. Get out of here with that. And I'm not a hater. I was a season ticket holder for 3 years until last year. Last year was the first year I was not a season ticket holder. Maybe 2 years. I don't remember. But I mean, I was a season ticket holder almost the whole Sam Pittman era. And And so I'm not sitting here being like a rebel or nothing. I mean, I've gave my money to the foundation. I've gave my money to season tickets. But yeah, dude, that's just asinine. So, anyways, spring game not this weekend, but next weekend, right?
yeah.
So you're still using you're going to use your VIP ticket
We
and get in.
reserved them, so I think I'll take. Uh, my daughter wanted to go, so I'm gonna
Oh.
take her, and then I'll be our boots on the ground out there. So
Yeah, yeah, we got to have a very in depth um, post post scrimmage report. Can't wait to hear what you come back with.
absolutely, yes.
Gonna have
Uh,
gonna have
it'll
to
be
make
like,
your gonna have to make your prediction
yeah, Razorbacks
for
won. Um, we won the spring game,
right.
and I won't even know who's the ones and twos and all that stuff unless they do it by color uniform or something. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I'd be curious. What's your opinion on that? Like some coaches go ones versus ones. Some goes like one offense versus two defense, and then two offense versus one defense. Like
I've
what?
always been of
How,
the
what? Yeah. What's your thoughts on that?
I've always been of the philosophy, like, if you want to get better, you go good on good. Do it that way.
But are they
If it,
trying to get better? Or are they trying to put on a show in the spring game specifically? You know what I'm saying?
yeah, I
Like
mean,
they
you
want
can
everybody to think that offense is looking good, against that
you
two
can you can
defense.
show me whatever you want, but from the product that I've seen on the field the last 3 years, like, you need to get better. So whatever you got to do to get better, I don't care what you show me. It'll be good to just see pads and helmets popping, but I mean, hopefully they do that. Everybody's wearing the flower helmets or whatever they call those things now. So I don't know if they're wearing those for the spring game or not. I haven't been to one in a lot of years. Uh, I think I actually went to. I think the last one I went to was in the Chad Morris era in Little Rock, and it snowed in Little Rock at the end of April. It's freezing.
Yeah, I don't remember. I mean,
I think it's I think
I've
it's
been
the
to a
last one.
couple. I've been to a couple, but um, I remember I went with like when Petrino. I went because I was obviously really excited about him then. But yeah, so I've been to a couple. Um, So yeah, football is getting close. NFL draft is next week.
Yep.
We'll talk a little more in detail about that on Tuesday's pod. But the big news going around Arkansas is the quarterback, the Gruden Quarterback Academy with Taylen Green is coming out.
Uh-huh.
And boy, oh boy, is it electric. I've actually got a couple clips pulled up for us to play.
All right.
Get our reaction to. It's about an hour long, and it is. I'll watch the whole thing. It's unbelievable. It's black. It's just crazy to me that we're gonna have our first quarterback drafted since Brandon Allen, I guess. Was he drafted? He was drafted, I
I think
think.
so.
Um,
He's
but
still in the league.
he's still in the league. Yeah, he's a journeyman backup. But like, we're talking. They're predicting Taylor in like the third or fourth round. Now it's not a great quarterback class, but it's crazy to think we went 2-10 with the highest rated quarterback we've had since. I mean, Ryan Mallett. I mean, I don't remember when Tyler Wilson went, but I don't think he was in the third round. Maybe it was.
I think Tyler went the fourth round.
Yeah. So,
Brandon went the sixth round.
uh, yeah, that sounds right. Uh, but anyways, yeah. So we're gonna play some of this. Viewer discretion. We're not monetized by YouTube, so this doesn't matter to us. But if you have children in the car, turn this down or tell them to turn.
Is this gonna give our podcast an E symbol next to this episode?
Yes. This will be E for explicit, rated R, whatever you.
We do not condone the things said by
Yeah.
the video clip you're about to hear.
So we're gonna play two clips. The first one is Gruden talking about what he saw when he watched the Razorbacks this year. And
Oh gosh, I saw this clip.
it is hilarious. So once again, there is some language. So I'm gonna pull this up real quick and we will get your reaction to this clip. All right, here we go.
We got to eliminate the peaks and the valleys. I watch Arkansas play this year. I thought I was going to have a heart attack. Holy shit, what a great play! Oh, what are they doing? You know what I'm saying? Hey, great job! We scored! What the fuck are we doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Not to yell and scream to get you fired up, but when I watch Taylen Green at Arkansas, when I watch the Razorbacks, I feel a lot of peaks and valleys. I'm watching Texas A&M. This is my example to you, man. I mean, this play you make right here, you can't coach this shit. I'm just telling you. I've coached quarterbacks for years. You can't get out of that kind of trouble and throw the ball from this awkward platform to your left that accurate unless you got a ton of talent.
That's real work right there.
What?
We do that all the time. Run at a 45.
I love it. Then this guy got you on a mesh charge, didn't he?
Yep. Yes, sir.
That's what I'm going to do to your ass. I'm going to mesh charge you every time. Huh?
Yes, sir.
But we lose the ball. Turnovers are the biggest reason there are valleys. And as good as you are, as much as you can create, sometimes you're your own worst enemy, aren't you?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Some of the routine plays, some of the best plays you're going to make are throwing the ball away, keeping us in optimum situations, keeping us on the field. Yes?
Yes, sir.
But anyways, you feel the peaks and valleys, right?
Yes, sir.
What a great clip. What a great clip. Obviously, Gruden nailed it. Going back to football season, all the one possession losses, could have won 8 or 9 games this year. A lot of great plays, and then obviously all the bad plays. But dude, Taylor, man, he's such a good kid. You can just even tell. I mean, everything's just yes sir, no, like, and that's just how he's always been.
Yeah.
He's always been really respectful. You can tell he's very mature. I know everybody in the state kind of gave him some hate. He lost his job, blah, 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 blah. But dude, he's a great, great leader. He's vocally and very respectful and such a likable likable Razorback.
Mm-hmm.
I said until everything went haywire this year, I said numerous times that, he's one of my favorite Hogs of all time, most electric, like
Mm-hmm.
just so fun to watch. And so,
Yeah.
but yeah, thoughts from watching that clip.
Yeah. I mean, he hit the nail on the head. Yeah, it was what we were all what we were all thinking watching games last year. Is like, yeah, you look at it and once you break down the film and stuff, it's like, yeah, how are you able to make that throw against A&M? I think that was 2 years ago. It definitely was because it was to Tesla, and then make some of the stupid throws or plays that you did. And you know, I'm not well versed in watching it or care enough to watch, go back and watch film enough to be like, how much of that was like a receiver in the wrong position or, running the wrong route or miscommunication, stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, as far as like intangibles, like or upside, it's incredible. It's just how do you fix the giving the ball to the other team part.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what he did at the combine, just unbelievable numbers at the combine, and it made great plays, obviously, for the Hogs. Just the bonehead ones got him, but somebody's going to draft the upside. That's just all there is to it. Somebody's going to draft the
Well,
upside.
and too, I've heard it may have been Matt Jones this week talking about like there was so much pressure on the offense to score points because the defense wasn't going to stop anybody. And so, when there's that much pressure to go out and literally have to put up 50 points a game just to even have a chance to win, uh, that can put a lot of pressure on you and, can cause you to make, certain mistakes. But playing in the NFL, it's going to be high pressure all the time. So, um, you're going to have to adapt and learn. But yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, so watch one more here. Like I said, y'all need to go back and watch this whole thing. It is a really easy, fun 1 hour watch. There's a little bit of language in this one, but not like the other one. But this is him asking Taylen about playing wide receiver. And I don't know, have you seen this one yet?
I think I may have seen this one too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got some opinions on this, so I'm gonna play this one and we will react to it. This is about almost 2 minutes, so this is a longer one.
4-3-6. I got to ask you this because I've heard you get pissed off when people say, "What about playing other positions?" Hey, don't bring that up to me.
Yeah.
Well, hell, I'm an offensive coach, and I've studied offensive players my whole life.
Yeah.
And I ain't never seen a guy 6'6", 230 that run 4.36. Is that a 43.5-inch vertical?
Yes, sir.
And that's an 11'2" broad jump.
Yes, sir.
Now, that's never been done in the history of the combine by any quarterback.
No, sir.
Not Vic, not Lamar, not anybody.
Nah.
And the only guy that has these measurable is a guy named Megatron. You ever heard of this guy?
Oh, definitely.
So what if I said, hey, man, I really have a vision.
Uh-huh.
Pretty good offensive coach, got a hell of a quarterback. We could really use a Calvin Johnson. Would you be interested in being a wideout? I mean, you know Matt Jones, right?
Yeah.
Did he play quarterback at Arkansas?
He did.
And what did he get drafted by the Jaguars in the first round? What did Jacksonville do to his ass?
Receiver.
Would you do it?
No. I'm a quarterback through and through.
What if I beg you?
Nah. I know what I am. I got my belief in myself.
Didn't you play with Tesla?
Dog.
Wasn't he a quarterback?
Yeah, he was.
He did it. He went to wideout.
He did. He went crazy. And that backflip too.
You like Tesla?
Love Tesla.
Why don't you go to Detroit and play wideout? You can be the next Megatron.
Nah, he got
you
that.
And Tesla can tear it up with Jared Goff.
He got that.
I'm just showing you what could happen in the future. You're not open-minded to doing this, huh?
No, sir.
Okay, I'm going to quit this conversation. Make a note, pocket passer, pocket passer, pocket passer, and circle it. That's what we're going to be.
Yes,
You're going to
sir.
be like Steve Young. You're going to win in the pocket. You're going to do what Lamar Jackson's doing right now.
Come on.
You win in the pocket. And when shit breaks down, we use the speed. Are you with me?
I'm with you.
Because you said you don't want to be a receiver.
Nah.
And if you don't buy into this pocket passing shit, I'm moving you to X.
Okay.
And you're going to be on the backside of trips, and you're going to be like A.J. Green.
Okay. Sound good to me.
We're going to sign off on that, right?
Guys.
Okay.
That's so great. I mean,
Yeah.
that's what this whole thing is, y'all. If y'all need to go watch this. Yeah, so Taylor's made some comments about no desire to play receiver. And he's got belief in himself. I love it. I love the belief in himself. But he may be the only one that believes in himself.
Yeah.
I don't know if these NFL GMs and coaches, somebody's going to take a flyer on him, but you think he's being a little stubborn here? Not even semi trying to, if someone's telling him, hey, you can maybe be a first, second rounder if you're a receiver, you got all the measurables, let's give it a shot. I think he's maybe doing himself a disservice just because he's a little tunnel visioned on being a quarterback.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I would, and what are his hands like? Does he have the hands? Do we know that? Maybe he can't catch and he's trying to protect himself in that way. I don't know. But if it's me, like I'm doing whatever I can to get on the field. And
Exactly.
and you know, I understand backup quarterback is probably the most cush job in sports, just because everybody loves you and you know your expectations are low. But um, man, if I mean just with those intangibles, like the only other person to do it was Megatron. Like
Yeah.
if you have a chance to be, if I told you like, hey, you got a chance to be a Hall of Fame caliber wide receiver, or you could be a backup quarterback. I'm like, I'll be the Hall of Fame receiver every time for me. I mean, if it's me,
Mm-hmm.
I I would rather be out there competing than not. But who's to say? I mean, maybe he wants to. All these athletes. I've said on here before, like when I was a manager at Henderson State, like our guys like literally thought they were going to like we'd have one-on-one conversations with them like, oh, I'm going to league, man. I'm going to league. I'm like, dude, you average like 1.8 points a game in Division Two. Like, I mean, you don't tell them right then and there, but it's like, dude, you're not going to the league.
Yeah.
You're not going
Yeah.
to Europe. But so I mean, like all these guys have the belief in themselves. I mean, I mean, he was Division 1 quarterback out of Texas. Like, so these guys, even they've been told they're the best thing. They've been the best players on their teams the whole time, and so they've got that belief system going forward. And so, um, yeah, I'm all for the confidence. I'm all for the belief in yourself and all that stuff. I'd rather you believe in yourself than doubt yourself for sure. But um, yeah, I would, but I'm also coachable. Not that he's not. I mean, he's extremely coachable. I think. Just talking about the character that he has, but I would just be listening to what they're telling me. Like, if you know if the if the feedback that he's getting is they project him to be the same at receiver as they do at quarterback, then I'm like, yeah, I would try my hand at quarterback for sure. But if they're like, dude, you have potential to be elite wide receiver, whereas our grade for you at quarterback is like, career backup or possibly, you know, the UFL, like, uh, I would, I would tend to want to play more and be whatever my higher grade was. If it far outweighed the other, I would want to
Yeah.
go that route. But
I mean, I kind of gonna go back on what I said earlier. Like, I don't want to call it pride or selfishness. I mean, he honestly thinks that. Like, He thinks he's going to be a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Yep.
And, you can't blame a kid for thinking that. You just hope that he would have the right people in his corner, in his ear, whether it's Coach Petrino or whoever, trying to guide him in whatever decision they think. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, I hope it works out for him. But I mean, Taylen Green, I don't think he's an NFL quarterback. I hope I'm wrong, and
Yep.
I don't know if it'll take a year or 5 years, but eventually he's going to have to open up a little bit if he wants to be on a roster, he's going to have to do something different, and so he's going to have to figure that out, like how bad he wants to be on a roster, how bad he wants to get paid, how bad he wants to change his family's life
Yeah.
financially, and so I don't know. It'll be interesting to watch. Obviously, I hope whatever he does, it works out for him. But I just hope he doesn't let you know he doesn't let a couple poor decisions really really affect him negatively and what his future could look like as an NFL player. So
Yeah.
but yeah, NFL drafts next week. We'll dig a little deeper into that Tuesday. I'm not an NFL draft expert. I'm not going to pretend to be, but we'll look at all the hogs that are trying to get drafted and what their projections are. And I feel like we got several.
It's more than you think. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. To be a 2-10 team, it's embarrassing how many draft picks we're going to have.
Yeah.
So
I kind of nerd out at the NFL draft. I love the NFL draft.
good.
I've been
You could take that segment of the pod over Tuesday.
I and I'm not an expert. I love watching it, and so I just love. I don't know. It's just they've made it a fun event, and so I like seeing all the guys that excuse me that we watched all year get to live their dream out and stuff. It's fun. So
Yeah. Last thing I want to talk about is we've already went over an hour here. The NBA playoffs have started. The play-in games are going on. I still don't know how the play-in games work until I have to Google it every year. Then I'm reminded, oh yeah, I remember reading that. But NBA playoffs, first round, care a little bit, don't care at all, watch a little bit, don't watch any. What's
yeah,
opinions?
I I've not been a big NBA guy. Even playoff. I got into it a little bit when the Warriors were kind of first coming on the scene. Um, just when Curry was just, I mean, pulling up from basically half
Mhm.
court and just doing insane stuff. I watched a little bit of that. I've watched some other finals to root against LeBron. Um, but yeah, I mean, my view on the NBA has definitely changed since childhood. I lived for the NBA. Uh,
Oh
until
yeah.
about uh really till like end of high school. Uh I remember us at Harding team camp watching the Pistons
Mm-hmm.
Lakers finals.
Did it as a player, did it as a coach. I took my kids to Harding for 14 years. I always watched the
Yeah,
NBA finals there.
that was yeah. And I think I was the only person that picked the Pistons to win that series too. Uh
Rip City.
but I was a big Corliss guy. He was
Oh
on our team.
yeah, of course.
But yeah, no, I honestly I probably won't the the more kids I have, like the less time I have to watch, like to sit down and watch stuff.
Yeah.
So it's almost like I have to schedule when I can like watch a game or whatever, like watch the Razorbacks or watch uh anything else I want to see. So uh
You gotta tier it. Obviously the Razorbacks are priority tier to
yeah,
schedule, and then
Razorbacks, Masters,
NBA playoffs are way down the list.
right? Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So I may catch a game or two of the finals,
Yeah. I
but
usually watch depending on the series, like like, I remember last year that I think it was a Thunder and Nuggets series, like, in the Western Conference Finals. It was, like, went 7 games and, I mean, just a really good series. So it's kinda just all series. Who's playing? Are they getting to game 6 or 7? Obviously, who I'm betting on.
Mhm.
I don't have any I mean, I have a few guys in each sport that I tail. I'm not an NBA handicapper. I don't just bet, "Oh, yeah, the Suns look good against the Lakers," whoever. Like, I like if my 2 or 3 guys that I follow religiously on Twitter and answer group messages, if they got good action, I'll ride that. Speaking of Spurs -11, Friday night, as y'all were watching this, I think that is a hammer from what I've been told by my NBA touts. Spurs -11, hammer play. Um,
Are they in the
so
play-in?
no, they're the 2 seed.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
I thought they were okay.
they're playing the Blazers, who got through the play-in.
Okay,
So,
gotcha.
um, now I'm acting like I've been watching this. I've not watched a second of it. I just know who they're playing.
Yeah.
Um, obviously OKC's a 1 and San Antonio's a 2. But dude, yeah, like the Spurs have not been good since obviously the big 3, Tim Duncan, Manu, and Tony Parker. So it's kind of weird seeing the Spurs be good again. And then do you know who the 1 seed is in the East?
Don't tell me because I think I might have stumbled across it. Is it Detroit?
Yes. Dude, they've not been relevant since what we just talked about when we were in high school. Like, dude, they've been awful, awful. And so it's really weird seeing the Pistons as the 1 seed because they're not.
Kate Cunningham finally coming around
That's right.
to
That's right. That's
being.
right.
I mean, is he the dude, or do they have other people?
No, he's a dude, but I I can't name one other player on the Pistons roster. He's the only one I know.
Can't
So,
either. I was
um,
surprised I pulled that one out of the hat.
let's see here. Yeah, no, I wouldn't know any of these people. So their coach must be doing a good job because they ain't got a bunch of studs on this team. I can tell you that. Um, Tolu Smith. You remember where he played college at? Tolu Smith?
Tolu Smith.
Yeah.
Tolu Smith was an outstanding forward for West Virginia.
Mississippi State.
That was
he
my next
he
guess.
put it on Arkansas's head many a times. How did you forget Tolu Smith? He owned Eric Musselman. But anyway, so yeah, NBA playoffs. So if you're into that, I'm sure we'll talk a little bit about it as we get deeper into the Eastern and Western Conference Finals and the
This is your number
NBA
one
Finals.
pod for all NBA playoff breakdowns.
That's right. That's right. We may need to bring on a special analyst just so we can give our listeners who do really, really pay attention
Yeah.
let them nerd out on it.
Yeah.
But no, we'll definitely follow it. We'll wait a couple more weeks. So it's crazy because it's April and the NBA Finals are in
Like end of June.
end of June. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like the longest playoffs ever.
Mm-hmm.
So, anyways, all right, that's going to wrap us up. Hour and 10 minutes. Like I said, apologize for Tuesday. Make sure you're following us on social media, especially Facebook. That's where I posted about the pod not being loaded. But give us a follow so in case stuff like this does happen, or if we do go live, we'll always post it on our social media. So, anyways, tell a friend about us, like, subscribe. Y'all have been awesome the last couple of weeks. Our views have really, really, really been up. So we appreciate that. All the love for continuing to watch and support. Andrew, take us home, brother.
All right. Stay classy, never yield. Baseball Hogs are back. Let's take the series.
Let's go.
Let's get excited for Razorback baseball. Woo pig, baby.
Woo pig, go Hogs.